The New York Jets had arguably one of the best off seasons of any team this year, really investing in this offense and building around Aaron Rodgers. But not only did they build around him, they took maybe his eventual replacement in Jordan Travis. So today, we are going to see how the future could play out for this Jets team, assuming we are heading into Aaron Rodgers' final season. And we will see if Jordan Travis can take over for him. With one of the best defenses in the league, and hopefully a good offense now, assuming they all stay healthy. But this is going to be one of the most interesting rebuilds I've done in a while, so super quick. Be sure to leave a like on the video, and let's see if we can get to 2,500 likes, and if we can, I have a very similar rebuild to this planned, with a young quarterback with a lot of upside, that could eventually take over for a current starter. So again, 2,500 likes, and it'll let me know y'all want to see that. I also did a Spencer Rattler one already, so feel free to watch that after this. And be sure to subscribe if you like rebuilds, because that's literally all I do. Trying to hit 60K by the end of May, so if you know anyone that might enjoy these videos, be sure to share it with them too, if you want. And last thing, massive shout out to Devin C for the suggestion of today's video. Their link is in the description, and if you want a shout out, or if you just want to let me know what you want to see, let me know that down in the comments. Oh, and actually I lied, one more thing. I just did a Vikings rebuild with JJ McCarthy and Dallas Turner on the second channel, so link to that in the description. Also, if you want to watch that. But anyways, long intro over, and let's get into this rebuild. I really liked what this team did in the draft, getting Olu Fashanu in the first round, but let's be real, Tyron Smith is probably going to get hurt, so Olu Fashanu could play an immediate impact, or he'll just be your future plan. Either one is good. Oh yeah, and what we're going to do with Jordan Travis is, at the end of this year, we are just going to retire Aaron Rodgers, even if he doesn't naturally retire, because let's be real, this is probably going to be his last year, and then we will give the offense over to Jordan Travis. But anyways, let's finally get into this thing, and we will see how this team's doing by the midseason point. But here we are at the midseason point. We are 4-2. Hey, we'll take it. I thought we were going to be like 1-6 for some reason. I will say though, the Giants are 5-2. I mean, maybe. I like Malik Neighbors a lot, but and they have a maybe competent offensive line coach now, hopefully. Does that team have anything better than us is my question. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But we're doing pretty well. We're not allowing many points. We're also not putting up that many points, to be fair, but we're not allowing any, so that's good. Or many, at least. And we don't really have anyone major to re-sign. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel like updating the contracts. We'll just worry about those next year, because that's what every other team, you know, has to do. And I don't really want Chuck Clark back. I mean, he's 28. If we're being realistic, he's coming off a big injury. I'm good. Plus, I did set safety as our focus position, so I think we're gonna draft one, maybe. So not really much to do here. Let's just get to the end of the year, and we will see how this team finishes. We deserve to be a playoff team, but we'll see what happens. Okay, well, we finished 13-4. I didn't think we would do that good. I kind of thought we would choke and miss the playoffs, honestly. Or maybe like 10-7 and barely squeak in, but no, we finished 13-4, which that's huge. I mean, this team, that means we developed more, and it's going to be even better when Jordan Travis can get in here. Aaron Rodgers was very good, 4,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, only 7 picks. Really good completion percentage. Breece Hall, 1,200 yards, 17 touchdowns. Not the craziest yards per carry, but still good. 1,200 yards and 16 touchdowns for Garrett Wilson, 1,000 yards for Mike Williams. I kind of wish we could get Malachi Corley more involved, but he still could develop really well. He was one of my, like, sleeper players this year, because I kind of thought he would go, like, 3rd, 4th round. I mean, he went at, like, the end of the 2nd, so close enough, but I really do like him. The blocking was insanely good. CJ Mosley, 127 tackles, 18 TFLs for Jermaine Johnson, 15 for Williams, and sacks, 9 for Hassan Reddick, who I didn't even mention. Just another piece for this already really good defense. Quinnen Williams, 7.5 sacks, 6.5 for Javon Kinlaw. He was really good. He was finally decent in real life last year, so we'll see. That could be a good signing for the Jets. 6 sacks for Jermaine Johnson, and then 4 picks for Reed, 3 for Clark and Sauce Gardner, 2 for Quincy Williams and CJ Mosley, and then 1 for Tony Adams. We had a lot of stats this year. You would never guess who won MVP. It goes to Dak Prescott. Big shocker. Aaron Rodgers at number 4. Garrett Wilson at 5 for Offensive Player of the Year. Oh yeah, it goes to Jonathan Taylor. I just skipped over him for some reason. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Greg Rousseau. That's interesting. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ladd McConkey. I feel like he wins it a lot. I mean, I guess he technically didn't win it because this game's stupid and you can't change players' years of experience. But Ladd McConkey probably won it because he's like their only receiver, pretty much. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Leatu Latu. Also no Jet. Jets. But already in the playoffs in year one. That's crazy. We have a hot or a cold opponent scenario. These are obviously rare in the playoffs. So the Browns must have started out really good. Not so much anymore. I don't even get this one much. I don't know what to go with. We'll just say no fear. I don't know. And we have a first of many scenario. We will go play it cool. Y'all know me. Unless you don't, then you should subscribe. But let's simulate this game against the Browns. I see Myles Garrett had 29 TFLs this year. That's fun. But let's see if we can win our first playoff game of the rebuild. If not, that's fine. And we lose by a field goal 31-28. Unfortunate. But it's only year one, so let's get into the offseason. And now it's going to be Jordan Travis season, which I guess I should mention this. I'm going to do this the same way I've done my other, late round QB rebuilds, where we're going to give them a couple years to prove it. But if by the end of that they're not good, we're just going to replace them. Because, if they're like 5th round picks, they're not going to get that much of a chance. They're not going to get the same opportunity a 1st or 2nd round QB would get. You know what I mean? And 2 years for like a 6th round pick is even a bit generous, but that's what we're going to do. But in the Super Bowl, we have a Cowboys-Bills Super Bowl. I feel like that's probably one of the ones that happened in the 90s when the Bills lost 4 in a row. I'm pretty sure. So that's unlucky. They lose another one. Ooh, and I see our offense is a lower overall. I think I know what that means. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers retired and Tyrod Taylor retired. That's a lot of T's. So I don't have to force Aaron Rodgers to retire, but we do get a couple upgrade points for Garrett Wilson. I also saw he got X Factor. Did he win Best Receiver? That would be massive. Well, either way, it is massive because he, has X Factor and is now up to an 88 overall, but I'm guessing that's what did it? Yeah, he won Best Receiver. We'll take it. He was good, but I've seen Cooper Kupp get like 2,000 yards for some reason. So I'm a little surprised, but we'll take it. Cooper Kupp almost got 2,000 yards once, but I've seen like 2,400 from him. I think that was last year's game, but still, that's interesting. But anyways, for the rest of our re-signings, we'll pick up the 5th year for Elijah Vera Tucker. He got Superstar. He won Best O-Lineman. Okay. I was going to say O-Line dev-ups are super rare, but he did get one. We'll obviously pick up the 5th year. I'm sure they already have. Ooh, Chuck Clark got Star. He is already 29 though, but he did well. He's not really going to develop, and I highly doubt he's going to repeat. So let's just get to the draft, and we will see what we can do. Because year one of free agency is always, it's always like this. Not great. But here in the draft, we pick at 24. It would be nice to actually have a good draft pick, but I'm glad to see that we can do well. I don't know what I want to do here though. Maybe O-line? Oh yeah, we do need safety. Man, we got a lot of dev traits. DJ Reed also went up to Superstar. Quincy Williams went up to X Factor. I saw Jack Conklin had Superstar for whatever that's worth. But let's get to our pick. And there are a lot of good safeties in this class. We definitely don't need to take one yet though. So I think we'll wait a little bit. Ooh, Quentin McCord. Oh, 4.31 speed. A-man, B-press, B-zone. Not the best awareness and play rec, but the last thing we need is probably corner, but maybe he could be a safety. He is 6'2" at least. We'll see. I also kind of like Rod Gunter at tight end. I don't know if he's amazing, but he looks good. Great speed, elite strength, elite agility, great acceleration, A awareness, spec catch, medium route, deep route. I feel like every tight end I've taken lately has been a disappointing overall, but he looks pretty good. We'll take him. He does have hidden dev, thankfully. Only 84 speed. Running a 4.6? That's only 80. I guess that's about right, but we'll take it. But in the second round, the one corner is gone. There is Lance Williams. Oh, he ran a 4.36 and a 4.29 at his pro day. He has great speed, but only solid acceleration. Let's just stick with a safety if we're gonna pick one. We'll just take a safety if we need a safety. I kind of like James Tomlinson. I don't know. There are a lot of 1st to 2nd round talent safeties. I don't really know which one's the best. Joshua Bonds looks okay. Yeah, I think we'll take him. We might honestly double up, maybe, but Joshua Bonds, hidden dev, 90 speed, 92 excel, cool. And let's see, I want an offensive lineman. I kind of like Christopher Burton. His strength isn't insane, but he is fast, has good ratings, a run block finesse, so sure. Normal dev, but I think he's an okay overall. We'll take it. I don't think we got anyone great in this draft. I don't even know if we got anyone better than like a 76, but we filled our needs. Okay, well, yeah, pretty good guess there. Both Gunter and Bonds are a 75. They're fine. Like, those are decent value picks. Bonds, that's technically good value because he was a first to second round talent. We got him in the late second. Christopher Burton isn't that good though. Again, that's still a decent pick, but I also took Charles Dawson, and he's a little better, but no dev trait. He's also very strong, but has no power. I love that. And then the CPU picked a few decent players, a decent linebacker, a decent QB, which is interesting. No dev trait though. And then a decent corner. Hidden dev, that's cool, I guess. Not the best draft ever, but to be fair, we didn't have that good a pick, so it is what it is. It wasn't that good of a class. There were only 3 players at an 80 plus, and 2 of them went number 1 and number 2. Unlucky. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. Only an 80 overall offense now, which is, you know, unfortunate, but it should develop a lot throughout the year. Most of our offense is very young, like Jordan Travis, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Malachi Corley, our whole interior O-line, and then we're going to start Gunter at tight end over Conklin. I know Conklin did well, but I think that was just a product of our offense. So we'll see how Gunter does, and then our defense, still an 85 overall, looking really good. Not many new starters other than Bonds and Chamberlain, but we'll see what their dev traits are. So we will hope Jordan Travis can do well in his first year here. I have no idea how he's going to do. This year, he probably won't be great, but usually what happens is, you know, year 2 is where the quarterbacks really break out when I do these type of rebuilds. So let's get to the midseason point of year 2. Or well, no, I should say the quarterbacks break out in year 3 of the rebuild, but their second year starting. So I'm thinking next year he'll be better. But let's get to year 2 of the rebuild, to the midseason point, and we will see how we do. You know what I'm trying to say, I hope. Okay, well... Not so much success so far this year. We are only 2-5. And you would think, you know, it must be our first time starting, what, 5th or 6th round QB? No, we have the worst defense in the league, despite it being an 85 overall. Let's change the defensive playbook. Sounds like a plan to me. We are a 4-3, so you know what I'm going if you've seen these videos before. Maybe a little bit, sacrilegious to, you know, use the Bills playbook for the Jets, but whatever. Don't blame me, blame Madden for making playbooks the only thing that really matters in simulation. So hopefully that can get better in the second half of the year. Plus, we're coming off a 56-13 loss to the 49ers. You hate to see it. But let's see. We have some re-signings. We have a lot of money at the very least. But we have to re-sign DJ Reed, Michael Carter, Tony Adams if we want him. I don't know how bad I want Tony Adams, but I guess we could bring him back. I know Jets fans like him. CJ Mosley. Ooh, Morgan Moses too. There are more than I realized. And then we'll have all these 5th-year options. We'll start with DJ Reed. We'll go 3 years, 48. He takes it. Michael Carter will go 4 years, 32. He takes it. CJ Mosley will go, should we wait until he regresses? I think we'll do that. He'll be a little cheaper. Javon Kinlaw surprisingly didn't get a dev trait. Plus, he's not interested. He was really good last year, though, but he just isn't interested. And then Morgan Moses, how's he doing? I haven't checked how our O-line's doing, but I'm going to assume it's all right because our offense is actually doing well. He only has 3 sacks allowed so far. We'll wait until he regresses, too. We could maybe bounce back this year. We'll see. Let's just get to the end of the season, and we will see how we finish. But actually, before I reveal how we did in year number 2, I just want to say that tomorrow I'm going to be doing a super fun video, one that a lot of people have been asking for, that's a little bit related to this, I guess. I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to guess what I'm going to do because I've been asked to do it so many times, but it should be a ton of fun. I think y'all are going to really enjoy it. So be sure to turn on notifications if you want to be sure to, you know, catch that video. And as I always say, I need to remember more to tell y'all to turn on notifications because whenever I say that, it seems like a million people do it. So be sure to do it. But anyways, that's all. And in year number 3, year 2, we finished 7-10. Just a little bit worse than last year, going from 13-4 to 7-10. But again, it's for the wrong reasons. Our offense was fine. Our defense was horrible. It got a little better with the new playbook, but it was still bad overall. We allowed 27 points per game. But Jordan Travis, I keep wanting to say as a rookie, but he isn't a rookie anymore. He was okay. This is the type of year that every lower overall quarterback I've had has had in their first year. Good amount of yards, good amount of touchdowns, but a good amount of picks. 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns, 24 picks. Not great. I mean, if that was like 10 picks even. This would be a monster first year, but 24 is a bit much. But 1,300 yards for Breece Hall, 4.7 per carry, 13 touchdowns. 1,300 yards for Garrett Wilson, 11 touchdowns. Not much outside of him, though. Ooh, Tyron Smith was horrible. I'm glad we have Olu Fashanu. But CJ Mosley and Quincy Williams had 116 tackles. TFL's 24 for Quinnen Williams, 18 for Reddick. And sacks, 9.5 for Williams and Reddick. But that's about it. Only 5.5 for Jermaine Johnson. And picks, 2 for Carter, Reed, and Gardner, 1 for Bonds as a rookie. Not great defensive stats. A lot of TFLs, but that's about it. MVP goes to Lamar, though. Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb. That's the NFC. It goes to Derrick Henry. Was I checking NFC last year? No, I checked AFC. Breece Hall at number 7. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby. Quinnen Williams at 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ladarius Calhoun for the Titans. Gunter at number 6. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Mike Simmons for the Bills. Of course, a division rival. Bonds at number 7. And I want to see... Okay, unfortunately, Jordan Travis wasn't up here for best QB. I was hoping he could sneak in. I mean, there are only, 16 NFC or AFC QBs. So, you would hope he would be top 10 out of the 16. Unfortunately not. But it is what it is. It's only year 1 for him. But let's get into the offseason. And I would say let's try to build this offense up around him, but this offense wasn't bad. It was the defense that's already good on paper. So we'll see what we can do about that. But in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys win it again. Cool. They beat the Dolphins 21-16. Can we get a Cowboys Super Bowl sweep for this rebuild? I'm feeling it, because they've had a lot of Super Bowl success recently. That's realistic. Thanks, Madden. I love that they win 60% of the Super Bowls. But we have a good amount of fifth-year options, of course. We'll pick up the one for Sauce Gardner. We'll pick it up for Garrett Wilson. And we'll pick it up for Jermaine Johnson. He didn't do great this year, at least in terms of sacks, but he's had lots of TFLs, I guess, and it isn't that expensive, so we'll do it. And then let's see, how did CJ Mosley do this year? No picks, but a good amount of pass deflections. He was all right. He is really old, though. We might want to get younger there. And it looks like Morgan Moses did retire, which he wasn't very good this year, so that's fine. But let's get into free agency, and like I said earlier, we have some work to do on this team. But in free agency, it's a decent class, but it isn't the best for what we need necessarily. We're only going to be going for 2 players. Reed Blankenship, for some reason I thought he had star dev. I'm losing my mind, I guess. And we'll also just try to get CJ Mosley back. I kind of wanted to get Shaq Thompson, but I think a couple other teams had full green offers or whatever. So we'll just go for these 2. Kind of a boring free agent class, but usually the free agent classes are better later in the rebuilds, as the other teams get more broke. Well, Reed Blankenship doesn't want to sign with us, apparently. Okay, he finally does. So, at least we added something. But here in the draft, we pick at number 10. This might be a trade down spot, because I don't really know what to do here. There are a lot of quarterbacks. I mean, it's tempting me to take one, but we'll give Jordan Travis 1 more year. If he's not good this year, we'll replace him, but he could be good this year. There just really isn't anyone in this range that I want, necessarily. Ooh, there is another top 5 talent safety. I mean, we really don't need a safety, but he is good. Leon Tung also looks really good. Ooh, he might be even better. God, we just really don't need a safety, though. Let's trade down all the way to 20. Okay, well, whatever. I kind of wanted a little more than this, but we're getting a 2nd next year and a 3rd this year. That's actually kind of a lot, but we're moving down from 10 to 20 with the Eagles. I don't know what they're going to do with that pick, but I don't really care. The safety is still here. Both of them are, actually. We just really don't need a safety. I mean, we don't not need a safety. You know what? We might take one. Derwin Sherman. That's a crazy name. All right, let's go with the safety. Melo Acosta, A awareness, A play rec, lots of B ratings. Pretty much everything else important is a B. So we'll take him. Normal dev. Great. And here, let's go with Leon Johnson. He looks really good. 40 bench reps at the combine at right guard. Of course, he's more of a finesse player, because that makes sense, with 5.25 speed and 40 bench reps. But he looks good either way. We'll take him. Hidden dev, thankfully. 94 strength. Sounds good. And last pick, let's look for a defensive tackle. Ooh, Tevin Culliver. He's listed as a run stopper, but he also has A finesse moves. He ran a 4.78 at his pro day, and that was only 4th, apparently. Maybe I need to look deeper deeper through here. Ooh, Doug Looker looks good. I'm hilarious. PJ Henderson also looks really good, or pretty good. Who's the fastest, though? This guy's really strong. Matt Harper. Oh, it was Henderson at the combine, at least, and then Doug. Okay, I'm stupid. But let's go with Tevin Culliver out of LSU as our last pick here. Hidden Dev, 89 strength, 77 speed. We'll take it. But here's how we did in the draft. It was a little unlucky. If Melo Acosta had Hidden Dev, I mean, this would be an amazing pick, but he's definitely going to be hard to develop. He'll probably only be like an 84 by the end of this, which is good, but I don't know. It would have been nice to get a dev trade. He's still a really, really good player at an 81 as a rookie. And then Leon Johnson is probably the best player we drafted because he's a 78, but actually has a hidden dev. 94 strength, 85 run block finesse, 90 impact block, we'll take it. And then Tevin Culliver is pretty terrible. I mean, he isn't terrible, but 71, I thought he would be like a 75 or 6. I was thinking, oh, hey, he has, you know, good finesse moves, but his run defense is so good that it, you know, counts him as a run defender, but no. He's a bad run defender, and his finesse moves is also not that good at a 74, even though it was an A. That's fun. And then the CPU got, like, no value. The highest rated player it picked was a 68. It picked 2 68 receivers, but we did get some value from this draft, so we'll take it. But here we are heading into year 3, up to an 87 overall. Like, we have a really good roster already. Lots of dev traits on this offense, too. We're hoping that Johnson has superstar. I mean, he could. Now that I said that, he won't, but he could. And we'll see how Jordan Travis does this year. Hopefully better than last year. Not that he was horrible last year, just way too many picks. And then here's the defense. Lots of X factors. Reddick and Williams got X factors, so that's cool. Hopefully our defense can play better this year, though, now with a new defensive playbook. I guess we had it for the second half of last year, but we'll see how it does in a full season. So let's get to the midseason point of year 3, and we will see how this team does. Okay, well, we are 3-3 at the midseason, but our stats are looking good. We don't have a very good pass game, but everything else is good, so I don't know why we're losing. Is it the blocking? Ooh, Jordan Travis is horrific. Okay, that'll do it. And Olu Fashanu at right tackle is also horrible. What do we want to do about that? Because he's our plan at left tackle for when Tyron Smith probably retires. I guess we'll try Charles Dawson at right tackle. We'll see how that goes. He's our highest overall backup, so sure, why not? I guess it could be worse, but it would be hard for it to be worse. And we have a good amount of re-signings and not that much money. We have Breece Hall, Elijah Vera Tucker, Quincy Williams, Hassan Reddick, Mike Williams, Tyron Smith. That's a lot. We'll start with Breece Hall. We'll go 4 years, 45 mil. He takes it. Elijah Vera Tucker, 3 years, 45 mil. He takes it. Quincy Williams isn't interested. Same with Hassan Reddick and Mike Williams and Tyron Smith. Should we wait until the end of the year to see if they become more interested? How's Hassan Reddick been doing? I can't remember. I don't know why. Okay, pretty well every other year, but kind of horrible so far. 1 sack through 6 games. Yeah, we'll just wait on all these guys. But let's just hope things get better. Let's get to the end of the year and we will see how we finish. All right, well, skill issue, I guess. We finish 8-9 with a top 5 offense and a top 15 defense. How? We must have blown a couple teams out and then lost a million 1-point games or something. That's what had to have happened. Okay, well, we got blown out in a few of them, but yeah, we destroyed the Dolphins, we destroyed the Steelers, we beat the Saints pretty bad and the Patriots. So yeah, we either destroyed or got destroyed, other than a few. What a weird game this is. Like, God. All right, well, let's see what happened. Jordan Travis wasn't the problem. We're gonna give him a shot for the final year. That could be a mistake, but almost 4,200 yards, 27 touchdowns. The picks are still a little high, but if we don't get incredibly unlucky, I feel like he could do really well. If there is a really good quarterback, I might replace him, but we'll see. Breece Hall did insanely well, 5.3 per carry, 1,360 yards. 1,200 yards for Garrett Wilson, but like no touchdowns. Corley did well. The blocking ended up being really good. Dawson did much better than Fashanu at right tackle. I mean, they allowed the same amount of sacks, but Dawson played a lot more snaps. And then Quincy Williams, 130 tackles. TFL's 19 for Quinnen Williams, 18 for Culliver as a rookie, 17 for Reddick in sacks, 12 for Hassan Reddick, 8.5 for Quinnen Williams, 6 for Culliver as a rookie, 6 for Johnson. Of course, our 2 good players in a contract year in Hassan Reddick and Quinnen Quincy Williams. Both did very well, of course. And then picks 3 for Gardner, 2 for Williams and Reed, and Acosta, and Carter, and then 1 for a couple players. That's a lot of stats, once again, but very few wins to show for it. But MVP goes to Jalen Hurts. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Lamar. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Greg Rousseau, again, of course, a division rival. Reddick at 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Marco McLeod for the Steelers. And Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Tevin Culliver. Acosta all the way down at 8. He did well. I'm surprised he was that low. But hey, Defensive Rookie of the Year, that's huge. That's what we needed. I mean, I didn't think we needed much, to be fair, but apparently we do. But let's get into the final offseason here, and we will see if we can fix this team. It's already good on paper, but we'll see what more we can do. If there is a really good quarterback that falls to us, though, we could take him. But in the Super Bowl, the Ravens beat the Packers 40-36. Weird score. And we get 3 upgrades for Tevin Culliver. Hopefully now with Superstar Dev, I would assume. Okay, yeah, he does get Superstar. That's huge. But 4 re-signings, still nobody's interested. I don't know why I thought that would change. I mean, I thought maybe if we did well, it could change. They could, you know, be interested because we did well, but we didn't. Okay, we'll try to get Hassan Reddick back. We'll go 4 years, 129 mil, and he doesn't take it. Big shocker. Quincy Williams, 5 years, 139 mil. He does take it. Okay. Mike Williams, honestly, he didn't really get that many catches this year. He didn't really get the ball much. This is very replaceable production. Plus, he's old and not interested. Tyron Smith, I don't know how he hasn't retired yet. He was all right this year, but not interested. All right, we are going to tag Hassan Reddick. It's only 21 mil, way less than he was asking. But let me restructure every deal I can, and we will see what we can do in free agency. We're just going to spend every penny we can. But in free agency, it is definitely a good class. Well, it's a decent one with a insane player in Micah Parsons. So we are going to go for him. Not that we really need him, because, you know, we have Jermaine Johnson, we have Hassan Reddick, but I mean, why not is my question? Like, give me one good reason why not. He's one of the best performing players in this game. The rare, very rare, one of the best players in real life and in the game. Normally, the best players in Madden are, like, good in real life, but not, like, 97 overall plus worthy. But Micah Parsons is, thankfully. He might be my favorite player in this game just because, you know, it's a slight bit of realism, which is hard to come by. But we'll try to get him. Can't wait for him to get 4 sacks this year, and I'd go sit in my closet and cry for about 10 minutes. But we're also going to try to get Mike Williams back. He was really, like, the best option at receiver. I mean, Keenan Allen's also here, but he's 3 years older. I guess he isn't overall better, but whatever. We'll just try to get Mike Williams back, and then Blake Cashman. CJ Mosley's regressing a lot, so we'll try to... Oh yeah, Blake Cashman was a Jet. I forgot about that. He's never played for them. He was always hurt. But we'll try to get him too. We'll see if these 3 players want to sign. And we do get Micah Parsons and Blake Cashman. The also good thing about Micah Parsons is the Patriots were going for him. So we steal him away from them. That would have been super fun to deal with. Mike Williams, unfortunately, probably doesn't want to sign. How about Keenan? Does he have less offers now? He does. Someone just pulled out for some reason. We can't really compete for him either. We're kind of broke. Actually, let me restructure our deals. Then we might be able to. Okay, those 2 contracts freed up a decent bit more money. Let's also go for Gabe Davis, just because why not? Just in case we don't get Keenan Allen. Okay, we're not going to get Keenan Allen. Let's see if we can get Zach Tom. Might as well just add more to the offensive line for when someone inevitably underperforms. So Zach Tom and Gabe Davis. Zach Tom does sign, and Gabe Davis, do you want to sign? I don't know. We're out of simulations for the week. Whatever. No, this is actually pretty important. Well, normally I just skip to the draft and I just stop caring, but this is kind of important. Maybe. We'll see. Does he sign if it wants to load today? He still hasn't. How about now? Okay, oh my god. Where did he go? Who did he sign with? He goes to the Rams. Why do players never want to sign with me in rebuilds? Why? We had the lead. Whatever. Let's see what we want to do in the draft. We might make a trade here. We'll see. But in the final draft, we pick at number 14. What do we want to do? There really isn't that good of a quarterback. I mean, Connor Finley is fine, or Finney. He has elite throw power and elite strength, but like, would he be an upgrade over Jordan Travis as a rookie? I don't know. The receivers actually do look decent though. What if I trade this pick? Trading for receivers in this game is really hard though. See, a first for T. Higgins? Like a decent first round pick too. It doesn't even go through. That's a lot. That's with how trade value is now. I don't even know if T. Higgins would go for a second in real life. Maybe a later second, but I don't know. Teams just don't like trading picks picks nowadays. I think that's stupid. I mean, that's literally how the Rams won a Super Bowl, but teams don't like doing it. Really, a 1 and a 3 doesn't go through for T. Higgins. T. Higgins is good, but God. All right, I don't think we can get a receiver through a trade. Plus, it wouldn't even really be worth it. They would probably just have a season like Mike Williams had last year, which was okay, but not great. Let's go with Morgan Childs. That's a last name I see pop up a lot in draft classes, but I don't know anyone in real life with that last name. Whatever, we'll take him. Hidden dev. I liked his medium route. That's what I always look for, a medium route. He has a short route, hopefully a catching. Oh, really? AJ Green. A little bit different here. Ooh, this looks like a really good safety class again. Well, Overton's kind of slow, but he is a man. I don't know what to do with this pick. Let's see. Parker Holman's good, apparently. Sure. And let's go with a corner just for fun, just because we can, and they're always good. I kind of like Cordell Ricard. Great speed in Excel, good ratings, sure. Normal dev, of course. But I think he's a good overall. Okay, well, I decided not to show it, but maybe I should have. I just took 3 pretty good backups. We'll see what they look like. A receiver, a tight end, and a linebacker. But here is how we did in the draft. This was a lot better than I expected. Morgan Childs is an 80 overall. He is really good. I thought he would be like a 76. No, this is why I look for a medium route. He has 87 medium route, good speed and Excel. Everything's good. His catch in traffic isn't great, actually, but everything else is good. Parker Holman, 75 overall. That sounds good. He's a really good backup. Cordell Ricard, 79, really good backup. And then these 3 picks right here. John Mayer, that's a fun name. He looks really good. I mean, he's a first-round talent out of 76. Hidden dev, of course, 94 speed, 84 deep route, 83 spec catch. Eric Kaiser, I saw he had a run block. Where even is his run blocking? Oh, it's a 65. That's fine, I guess. But you had that listed as a vertical threat. This is what I was shooting for with the defensive tackle, which I guess worked out because he won Defensive Rookie of the Year, but this was my same strategy where they were really good at one thing, but even better at their archetype as a vertical threat here. So he looks good. And then Casey Oglesby, 73 overall linebacker with hidden dev in the 5th round. Sounds good, and I don't know what the CPU did. I should have taken every pick here, I guess. But what a draft to finish this off. I want to see, where did Childs rank in the draft? Okay, well, not a top 5 talent, actually. Tied for 6. This was an insane draft class. 86 overall running back, 84 overall safety, 83 overall receiver. The number 1 pick was a corner. Of course, all of them went in the top 8. But hey, that was a really good pick. We'll take it. But here's a look at the team heading into the final year here. Up to an 89 overall, only an 88 offense, but a 91 overall defense. Now that we added Micah Parsons, I think that was really the only starter we added. Well, no, we also added Blake Cashman, but Micah Parsons is a little more important here, assuming he does well, which he should, but will he? This defense is ridiculous, though. This is maybe the best defense I've ever built. I know I say that a lot in rebuilds, like, oh, this is the best offense, but a 91 for the defense is pretty insane. Let's actually see where this team ranks in the league. There might be a 90 overall team. I don't know. We'll see. Nope. The Chiefs are an 88, and then I also saw that the Ravens are an 88. So we do have the best roster in the league, at least in terms of overall. And I think we have the best defense by a lot. I think the Ravens are the next closest at an 88 defense, so we have the best by 3. Oh, the Packers also have an 88. So we're doing pretty well. But hopefully we can do well this year. Hopefully Jordan Travis does well. That's the big thing. Didn't do great the first year, but wasn't horrible. Was horrible to start last year, but finished really good. And hopefully he can just be good the whole year this year. Let's just get straight to the end of the season and we will see how we finish. Oh wait, and I almost forgot. I haven't been doing question of the days because I just keep forgetting, but I finally remembered to do one. So question of the day, very late in the video. For the last one, I asked what team do you think won the draft? I'm gonna ask what team lost the draft. My pick is the Falcons. That draft was horrendous. Sorry, Falcons fans. Not even just because of the Michael Penix pick, but the trade up in reach on Rook Orororo. They like tripled up on the D-line when they had other needs. It was certainly a draft, but let me know down in the comments who you think had the worst draft. But here we are at the end of year number 4, and, you know, before I reveal how we did, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe. 2,500 likes and I will do another rookie late round QB rebuild, because I do have another fun one planned. And yeah, trying to hit 60K by the end of the month, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because if you've enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy all my other videos. And last thing, again, expect something super fun tomorrow. But we are up to a 91 overall now. 91 offense, 92 defense. Also, Childs has X Factor. What a pick that was. I guess I'll move him up to the number 2 receiver, but maybe I shouldn't mess with anything because in year number 4, we finished 13-4. No first round bye. It looks like the Patriots also went 13-4. Did they get the first round bye? They did, of course. But hey, we still did insanely well. Jordan Travis was very good. Only 3,900 yards, but 27 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Down from, what, 24 2 years ago? So his play has improved a lot. Breece Hall, almost 1,400 yards, 4.7 per carry, 18 touchdowns, a few fumbles, but whatever. Oh, no 1,000-yard receiver. Malachi Corley was our leading receiver at the midseason, but only 900 for Wilson, 9 touchdowns, only 850 for Corley. Gunter at tight end did pretty well. And then the blocking was very good. I benched Joe Tippmann at the midseason for Parker Holman, and he did very well. And then Elijah Vera Tucker joins the all-castration team. 0 sacks, we'll take it. Quincy Williams had 119 tackles, TFLs 15 for Reddick, 14 for Parsons and Williams, Quinnen Williams. And sacks, 21 for Micah Parsons, that's huge. 13 for Reddick, 12.5 for Quinnen Williams. And picks, 2 for Gardner and Reed, and then 1 for 3 players. Really not many picks, but whatever. Not everything can be perfect. MVP goes to Jalen Hurts again for like the 3rd time, or however many it's been here, I don't know. Jordan Travis at number 8, we'll take it. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jonathan Taylor again. Breece Hall at 5, Jordan Travis at 8. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons, so that was definitely a good signing. Reddick at 7, Williams at 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Terrell Adams for the Chargers, Childs at 6, Mayer at 8. I didn't even see what he did. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Marvin Roper for the Bengals. No Jets. I don't think we had any rookies starting at all, so that's understandable. But definitely an insanely good season. We've been overdue for one. We've been a really good roster since the beginning, really. But we do finally do well. 3rd best offense, 2nd best defense. Should have been the best defense, because, you know, it was the best defense on paper, but whatever. But I mean, really, there isn't much else for us to do here except maybe accept our fate here against the Chargers of all teams. I hate how many 9-8 teams always make the playoffs. There are 5 this year. The Bills, Chargers, Panthers, Cowboys, and 49ers. Why? And we're about to lose to one of them, the LA Chargers. It looks like they were straight up terrible. They had the 21st offense and 22nd defense in terms of points, and they went 9-8 and made the playoffs. We had the 5th offense and the 15th defense last year and missed the playoffs at 9-8. Unlucky. But let's simulate this game against the Chargers. I'm just stalling. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, we smoke them 24-10, as it should be. We were the much better roster and much better performing team. But we're going to be taking on a scary team here. I feel like teams that have good running backs in Madden just dominate, and, you know, Jonathan Taylor might be the best running back in this game. He wins an insane amount of Offensive Player of the Years. Did he have any 2,000-yard rushing seasons? He always gets one of those. No, but like almost 4 1,500-yard rushing seasons in a row. But let's simulate this game here, and let's see what happens once again. And we do smoke the Colts. 31-14. We're destroying teams in the playoffs here. Ooh, and we get some pretty big upgrades. Sauce Gardner, Morgan Childs. And surprisingly, no scenario here because we're going to be taking on our division rival, the Buffalo Bills. I'm surprised we don't have a playoff rival scenario, but whatever. They're only 9-8, and we have 4 overall on them, and, you know, we're at home, which doesn't really matter in this game. Almost feels like a disadvantage at times. But we've been on a roll in the playoffs so far. Let's see if we can move on to a Super Bowl here. And we destroy the Bills 31-14. And we are going to be taking on the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. They do have a good roster here at an 88. They did go 11-6, but once again, we are the much better team. We deserve to win this. But we have a Super Bowl media day. This game is everything. This is the last game of this rebuild. And we have potential to go 3 in a row for Super Bowl wins in rebuilds. On the second channel, we won one with the Packers. We won one with the Vikings. Let's see if we can get one with the Jets. Let's jump in here. We'll watch it simulate and we will see what happens. But here we go in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. I didn't really mean to return, but I guess we're returning. I probably should have needed it, but whatever. But let's simulate this game. Off to a rough start. I might have screwed us a little bit, but let's jump to the end and let's see what happens here. We do score immediately, so it doesn't matter. We take a 7-0 lead. I was hoping we would score there. They kick a field goal. They turn it over in our red zone, it looked like, and we now take a 21-3 lead. The Falcons kick a field goal, but so do we. We're up 24-9, now 31-9. We absolutely destroy the Falcons in the final year of this rebuild and win the Jets their first Super Bowl in a long time. And we did it all thanks to Jordan Travis, which is insane. So now we are back to back to back on successful rebuilds. You'll love to see it. But this one was a ton of fun. This felt different. We really didn't have many players that I usually get. And even though we, added a decent amount of players, this still stayed as mostly the Jets. And it is now up to a 91 overall still with a 93 defense. But thank you all for watching. You're an absolute goat if you made it all the way here. Again, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. But thank you all for watching. Expect something super fun tomorrow. And with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.